Hey man, I thought it might be easier than trying to match our schedules with the 7 hour difference. That I just talk through the games with a video, and you can take away from that what you want. But yeah, got the golden ticket from the Talvisota 25, and here's the first game. It was against Deathwatch. So I was a bit worried about the opponent because I haven't ever played against Deathwatch with any of my armies, so it was complete mystery for me how much damage he's gonna do and how well my stuff is gonna sustain the damage. But I had a clear game plan anyway for the game because it was Terraform and Swift action in sweeping engagement. So that means that I can advance with all of my boys and try to start as many terraforms as possible if I go first. Or if I go second, I can try to deny and or start my own terraforms if the opponent hasn't started any terraforms. So that was the idea going to the game for me. I deployed my army as shown in the picture that I sent you as well. It's in the screen as well. The opponent had one rhino on the top right, top left corner here. So behind this building on his side, and then he had the majority of his army in the center building here, and then he had the two kill team, Indomitor and Talon kill teams, I think, both on this building on his side. So over there, because he can pick them up and put them down even if he goes on 1B, so that he can use them later. So I went first, and these commandos are not touching the objective, so that if he gets overwhelming force and goes first, he doesn't get the kill from there. But yeah, I won the roll-off, so my plan was to start roll the advances for my units to see how many terraforms I can start and with which units. So the important thing was here that I had these two units lined up so that the blue one and the yellow one both had 1 inch advance needed to start the terraform here. So it's 7 inches from this guy, 7 inches from this guy to over there. So whichever unit is gonna roll, or if I don't get a advance roll that I want, I can use the other unit to start the terraform. My plan was actually to come this side and start the terraform here, so that I cannot be shot from the guys from this building if they sweep to the right from here, because they would need to move so far to the right. But because he had the kill teams, he can move up, down. It didn't really matter with the original plan that I had. So I moved the yellow unit with the pain boy to the objective, started the terraform there, and set up the rest of the unit to some guys in the building, and then the conga line behind this building, but over here. And this truck was of course deployed so that if I had the containment, I could just move 12 inches to here to start the containment, and on this side I could do the containment with the 10-man unit of boys or the commandos if I would have gotten that, but didn't get it. So I had overwhelming force established locust. I changed the overwhelming force to bring it down, so that was a dead draw as well. But it kind of mixed my what I wanted to do, because now I had to do the establish. I had the storm boys on the second level on the big building on here, so I decided to use those to do the establish. So I moved them here. So to do the establish and the corner of the building is somewhere right here. So the guys in this building cannot really shoot them, and he has to move like here to be able to see them, or come out from this building to be able to see them. But there was only the rhino with UDCR and the 5-man veterans, that was veterans or something like that on this building. So yeah, the storm boys I put here and advanced this green blob. I rolled 1, and I didn't want to use my CP to reroll that to start the terraform in the middle. I was thinking about that, but then I decided, because I don't know the damage output of the Deathwatch, that let's not take the risk. I just moved them like 10-man blob here, 10-man blob stayed here, and the characters were like here as well. So that if he decides to move up to shoot the Storm Boys, I have a really easy charge from here at that point. And I wasn't really worried about this angle at all, because the commandos pushed out, like they only walked like 6 inches to here. And then there was the Rhino over there. So I was like, I think it was 7-inch charge to the Rhino or something like that. That I move block here, and I can try the 7-inch charge to the Rhino. I advanced the White Boys. I got a 6, so they were able to move to the objective, start the terraform there. If that wouldn't have done the trick, I would have just teleported the purple ones to start the terraform here. But at that point, I was just able to teleport the purples to like stage up on this building and behind the building. And from there, I charged the Rhino. I rolled 12 to the charge, so I was able to wrap around the Rhino, so that the GDGR and the heavy, what was the veterans, kill team veterans or something, Death Watch veterans weren't able to come out from the Rhino, and he had to actually come with another unit to Watchmaster and 10 veterans to free up the Rhino from here. And yeah, from that, it was just about staying alive, controlling the primary, scoring my secondaries. And I actually, in this game, the second unit of Storm Boys, I used to screen. So I think it was an 2A. I just dropped my Storm Boys like here to screen that, to push out his deep strikes further away from this objective. And that worked out because he had to drop the Talon Strike kill team or whatever it's called to his home objective, which was then because these guys moved up like here and then here, and they were able to charge there, and the yellows charged there, and the basic green stuff just resurrecting models to objectives if something got killed, and that I pushed him all the way to his home, so he really wasn't able to control anything more or less during the game. I think he got some primaries from the middle, but that's it. But one funny fact was that the Judiciary actually had all his buffs activated at the end of the game. Like he had the max attacks, except from, of course, when he gets the 1 extra from every character. But he killed like 2 characters or something like that with it, and then couple units as well. So Judiciary had insane amount of attacks, but it didn't matter. He died in the end. But yeah, that was the first game. I think I can say that. One thing: the looters were here for one simple reason. That when the trucks moves away somewhere, they keep screening the Conga line between the Gretchins and this side. And also, if they move up here, they can shoot this objective, they can shoot this objective, they can shoot this objective, of course, except behind the building. But when I had the yellows here, if he would have charge against my guys, they would be completely in the open. So I could just use the looters to shoot here, or there. So it's not much, but it's something, helps out, especially against marine bodies. But yeah, that was the first map. Pretty simple. And yeah. Let's go to the next one. Try to keep this as short as possible. So on the first one I got 93, second one was 99. The second was, against the World Leader. This was one of the opponents I didn't really want to play against, because, World Leader has a ton of damage. And I was a bit worried that he would have enough to chew through my boy blobs. But actually, the game ended like after turn 3, he had only Angron and a cultist and a cultist. And by the turn 4, he didn't have anything. I tabled him. So I guess I can say that this was a match where I had the how do you say it? There was a skill gap between the players. Let's put it that way. But at the same time, I have played a lot of games against World Eater. I have never lost to World Eater with any of my armies. I only play melee armies, so I usually can manipulate the fight phase quite well. And I usually, no matter at least which orc I play, I usually tend to do the same thing. So I use my trash units. Well, I had the boys, the green and blue boys as well, to be used for this, but the commandos were kind of securing the green ones. But the idea always is that I use my trucks, my Gretchins, my Storm Boys, all the trash units I use to screen out the units that deal damage. So if the World Eater does charge first or second turn to my lines, they can only kill the trash, and then I just hit him back with WAAAGH and just annihilate him from out of the table. So, but here, of course, different army, so I had to use the big blobs as well. But the idea was the same. And World Eater doesn't have infiltrators, so I deployed the commandos last. But I think in this match it's really important in the Greentide that I had the commandos. But yeah, the idea was here that the CP generator Warboss is gonna play my natural expansion, form the CP, stay safe there. The truck can drop out the shooters to this building to be able to shoot here or there. So the tank boosters and flaskets. I use the looters to screen this side, so if he pushes out from here with 8 pounds or excel at 8 pounds, he cannot come from behind the container from there. And then same thing with here with the truck and the boys. And then this was the Warboss Painboy blob, so if somehow he would get here, there would be the Painboy to tank some of the damage out, and then I could resurrect the models to get some movement from that as well. So pretty, at least in my opinion, pretty simple deployment. But yeah, he deployed, he had like the Angron was here with the Mauler Fiend here and there, he had the 8 pounds there, and cultists. And then I saw where all the 8 pounds were. There was actually one here as well, a normal 8 pound here. And I put my commandos the 9 inches away from his deployment, like I always, or you have to. But the idea was that I'm gonna make it so that he cannot use his scout moves. He had the Lord Invocators. So I'm just denying him to use his scout ability, so he was able to move a bit from there, and then with the normal 8 pounds, like he was able to scout, like I think somewhere there, one model or something like that. And of course, on the roll-off, I lost that. I went second. That was actually what I wanted, because the commandos were purely a sacrificial unit in this game. So he pushed out with the 8 pounds actually from there with Chaos Spawns. The Chaos Spawns stayed there. 8 pounds came to the building here. I cannot remember if it was 7 or 8 inch charge to the blue ones with then a 3-man normal 8 pounds, something like that. And in this side, it was completely stopped his movement with the commandos. So he just stayed within the objective and in this building with his 8 pounds and excelled at 8 pounds. The 6-man excelled at 8 pounds was able to move to this building. And then Lord Invocators, Angron stayed like behind the building here so that they don't get shot by the tank busters. He actually, yeah, he came to kill the commandos with the Mauler Fiend, and let me think, something from this side, maybe a normal 3-man 8-pound unit, something like that. So after the kills, I pulled my models, of course, so that I tried to make it so that one or the other units wouldn't be able to fight, but he didn't kill enough. I think he started with the Mauler Fiend, so that I would have been able to pull commandos out from the fight with the 8 pounds, but it didn't matter. The 8 pounds stayed here. The 8 pound. Mauler Fiend stayed here and the 8 pounds stayed there, so they were in the open. And then he had the one unit here. He failed the charge to the boys. So on 1B, I pushed with the blues, killed the 3-man 8 pound unit here, took the objective, didn't really care about the spawns there. The truck moved up here. He dropped the tank boosters to this building, the flaskets to the here. And tank posters here, everything was able to shoot the Mauler Fiend there. I didn't kill it. I think it dropped to 5 wounds or something like that. And from this side, I was able to shoot the 8 bounce over there with my flash kits, and the loot has pushed up from there to shoot the 8 bounce over here as well. So I think he had this unit after the charge. I killed this, and in charge, the normal boys moved up here and killed the one left 8 bound there. I kept the storm boys. No, it just let me think. Well, it was the storm boys or the boys. So one or the other killed the. Yeah, it was actually the storm boys. Storm boys killed the 8 bounds over there because I used the white boys to screen this so that for the punchback he doesn't get to the green unit. He can only hit the white unit, the 10-man unit without any characters. I don't really care about that unit. So the white unit went like here just to screen out this, and then the green unit was 4.1 inches away from the white unit behind them, like there, and the yellows behind them. And I took out the flash kits and the tank boosters from this truck, pushed out the truck to screen like this part of the map, and I had the tank boosters here, flash kits here, and they were able to shoot here. Actually, there was a Mauler Fiend there. The tank boosters were 24 inches away from the Mauler Fiend, so they were able to shoot the Mauler Fiend there. Didn't kill it either, but didn't really matter. And then the purple unit, I just jiggled a bit to prepare for the next turn. Next turn, he pushed with everything else except the Angron, if I remember correctly. And like the screens that were made with the Storm Boys and the White Boys units, he was able to hit those. And the Looters, he actually killed the truck. And he actually got to the tank boosters over here as well, with the 3-man Exalted 8-bound unit. And killed them, but I didn't really care because at that point it was just like his army is completely in the open because he, of course, pushed the spawns here. The Fiend was here. This Fiend was like here after the charge phase, and then he had Angron and cultists, and Lord Invocators here. And I know the Invocators pushed out as well, so only Angron stayed behind, which I think it was a huge mistake because he would be the one that had the attacks to shoot through my boys, but he didn't. He played a bit too safe with that. So on punchback, I killed everything with shooting, fighting, grenades, all that. I dropped Storm Boys to his home to do stuff there. I didn't teleport with the purple unit. I used that as well to come shoot. There was Sky spawns here as well. Shoot the 8 bounds, shoot the Exalted 8 bounds, shoot Exalted 8 bounds. Like just use all the rocket launcher shooting that I had to shoot everything before I charge in. And then when I charged in, the purple ones killed the Chaos spawns. The yellow ones killed the Exalted 8 bound here. Green killed the Exalted 8 bound here. And these guys killed the Mauler Fiend and the Chaos spawns here. On this, the Green's War Boss killed the Mauler Fiend here that had some wounds left from the tank booster shooting. So I pretty much stabled his whole army on my 2B and 3B. I teleported the purple unit to here, took his home, killed the cultist. The green unit went here, killed the cultist here, and then the yellow unit tied up the Angron in the middle, and there was only Angron left in 3B, and then 4B I killed him completely, the Angron as well. So he was tabled outed from the game in my 4th turn. So pretty easy win there. But yeah, like I said in the beginning, I was a bit worried, but I think there was the skill difference was present on that match. I didn't have the top view from this game, but it was against the Adeptus Custodes, Talons of the Emperor. So when I went to this match, I was like, yes, it's not Shield Host, because Shield Host would most likely had enough damage to chill through me. But Talons, I also play Custodes, so I knew that against Talons, I have a game. He deployed quite safely. Let's put it that way. And he had the Witch Seekers to put the objective here in the first turn if he starts, and I put my commandos, of course, to deny the big area denial if he starts and drew that. I had Ludus here to do the containment. I had the truck, actually not the truck, the Storm Boys here to do the containment on this side. And then just if he would charge the commandos, I would have punchback units here to just kill or try to kill the unit that if he would use the Blade Champ unit to kill the commandos. He didn't. He played quite cagey. He pushed up to this building with wardens. Oh yeah, first he went first. No, I went first. Yeah, I went first. So I put my these objectives weren't here. It was ritual. So I put my objective here, 12 inches away from the center, of course. I did it with the green unit. The commandos moved a bit to the left, and I put the boys actually to screen this part of the wall. I got cleanse, and I used one model to cleanse the middle. I didn't wanna cleanse the this objective. The Storm Boys were 12 inches away from the objective. No, actually, I'm not 100% sure. Nevertheless, I didn't want to do the second cleanse because he had the Witch Seekers here, and I'm like, again, Custodes always have so few units to do secondaries that I want to try to just kill the secondary scoring from him, and then I can outplay him on the primary with my OC2 bodies. So I used the Stormboy unit to advance here and try to charge the Witch Seekers on this building. He actually popped out the 1 CP he had to move them back with the stratagem. So after that, I think I had 7-inch charge with the Storm Boys, and I was like, yeah, sure. If I can trade the Storm Boys for 1 CP or for the potential kill of the unit. I drew the cleanse extend battle lines, so that was pretty simple because I got both from the middle. Pushed up with everything except the blues. Blues stayed there. Yellows went there. Truck went somewhere. Actually, truck stayed there because if he pushes something in the middle, I want to be able to move here, pop out the tank busters here to shoot them, or the flash kits. And this truck just came here so that if he moves something to this building and is not careful with his positioning, I can shoot the models on this building. And also because the Vexilla is so huge that this wall is 3 inches tall, the Vexilla is taller than 3 inches. So usually Custodes player wanna use the Vexilla like outside of the area terrain. So if he keeps it on this side, I can get a angle and shoot the wardens from here. And if he leaves the Vexilla here, then it's further away from me, the whole unit most likely. So I'm good with that. But he actually put the Vexilla here. So it was then within line of sight to this truck when the truck moved here. And I got the firing line from here. So I was actually able to bait the 4 Feel No Pain with this truck because there was flash kits, the tank booster unit to shooting this warden unit, and he used the Feel No Pain on 2B, 2A, and I was like, yeah, sure, like go ahead. And my shooting was like super miserable. I think I got like 1 or 2 hits or something like that. So he was like, yeah, that was wasted. I was like, well, there's always the potential when you shoot with the tank busters that wardens just die. So it's like, I think it was misplay from his part, but at the same time, I can understand that why he popped out the Vexilla, because if the tank busters hot roll I could just kill 3 models for free. So I don't know what's the proper play on that part. If I was the Custodes player, I think I most likely wouldn't have used the Finlobane in that situation, and just. But I would also have put my Vexilla most likely over here, so that there's no line of sight to the unit anyway. But yeah, from that point onwards, the game was pretty much that I control the primaries. Well, not these objectives. I'm just spawning objective here. I spawned objective here. He spawned objective there. Objective there. And I'm controlling all the time three objectives, or at least trying to control 3 objectives, and then trying to deny his. We had a big fight in the middle with wardens, 2 units of wardens, and then there was the 1 unit of custodian guard, which fought like on this building. The yellow unit, I think it fought the purple unit when I TP'd the purple unit here. No, yellow unit was here. I purple TP'd the weird boy here, because he had the 1 objective there, which had the Birdman Venetary Custodians here. So I tried to get the charge in there, failed that. Failed actually the charge with the yellows as well. So on my war turn, I only made the charge in the middle, but it didn't really matter because I controlled the primary. I had actually pretty poor secondaries in this game, but controlling the primary was enough to get the win. I think one thing that tells the story about this game is when it was turn 3A. I deep drag to my commandos here to do the established locust on his deployment, or within his deployment zone, and he used 2 Gladius tanks to shoot the storm boys, because those tanks don't really have any good targets on this matchup. So that was a bit funny. Overkill to the commandos, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, for a time it looked it's gonna be a tight game. I was a bit scary about the Custodes, but at the same time, I just controlled the primary, so that was enough to win the game. Nothing like extraordinary happened in this game. It was just about scoring and killing his sister units whenever I got the chance to shoot them with flash hits or the looters or tank busters or whatever. I just tried to kill all the secondary scoring from his list. 4th game was Tau. This is actually I got 100 from the 4th game. The opponent is part of the Finnish WTC team. I was also part of the Finnish WTC team last year, but this year I didn't want to go and commit that time. So I wanted to concentrate on the singles side. So getting the golden ticket is, of course, from the second opportunity that there was in Finland. It's well, at least for the time being, mission accomplished. Of course, now I can try to get the best possible result from the Worlds at the end of the year. So full focus for that. I have 8 months to practice. So, but of course, it's whatever the meta is at that time. Maybe, well, fingers crossed, orcs are still good, but we might get some nerves from the crimes of Mordecai, but let's see what happens. Oh yeah, for the info as well, I'm primarily play orcs. I have played orcs. I started play competitive Warhammer in 2003 fall, and last year was my first full year of tournaments, and this is my second full year of tournaments. So that's pretty much how long I have been playing tournaments. I started playing Warhammer at the very late of 8th edition, but I didn't have even 2,000 point army during the 8th edition. I only got that during the 9th edition. So yeah, that's a bit background information. But yeah, this game against the Tau auxiliary cadre. When I was driving back home on Saturday, I said in the car to my teammate that the morning game against Alexi is going to be my final. finals game, because at that time I looked at the top 8 and I was like, this is the only only opponent I don't want to play against, because he's playing a detachment I have never played against. I have no idea what it does, and it's a good player. So I was like, if I play this game, it's going to be my final game, because no matter who is going to be in the 5th game, I'm gonna win that. That was the mindset that I had. And then the pairings came, and it was Alexia, and I'm like, fuck this shit. Like, of course, it's the one that I didn't want to play at any condition. But yeah, I guess it's that was the Via Dolorosa for me to be able to secure this game. So yeah, he played the auxiliary cartridge, so the new Grotmus detachment. His list had a ton of infiltrators, scouts, or no, 1 unit of or 2 units of infiltrators, but most of his stuff had scout. So again, commandos were really clutch. On the deployment, he won the deployment dice. He picked defender, so he was going to deploy first. He put the pathfinders to this, like here, and he Kong aligned them like here. So I wasn't able to stop his scout moves on this side of the table. So I put the commandos like something like this to stop the scout moves from here, and there. And he had the crisis suits and something devilfish and hammerhead deployed here in afterwards. I deployed truck there, Ludos again to do the containment. Truck was there to do containment on this side, or I can drop the flaskets to do the containment on there. The idea was that I can. This was not race burners. This was Scorched Earth and Inspired Leadership. So I had the white unit spread out over here to be able to move to the middle with, I think it was 1 inch or 2 inch advance. Which I did on my turn, and then the truck here to be able to drive to the objective, or drive here to be able to pop out the tank buster, shoot his big targets if I want to. And then I had the Storm Boys here within 12 of this objective to be able to go there, do cleanse or whatever. And of course, then like these guys, the commandos were here. If I got area denial, cleanse, or whatever, they can do that in the middle. And then the idea was that the green unit, the blue unit, is going to stage behind this building. I'm going to teleport the purple unit to somewhere here to threaten this objective, my natural, and then these pushing up this building. I want to roll off. I actually, usually in Scorched Earth, you want to go second, but in this game, I actually wanted to go first, and I got to go first, and that was pretty beneficial, because, like I said, he had the Hammerhead here, the Devilfish here, and then he had Crisis Suite like here. So I drew Area Denial, Secure No Man's Land, so the commandos advanced like behind this building over there to secure that. Storm Boys, yeah, Storm Boys went here. I rolled the advance for the white unit. They rolled, I think, 4 or something like that. They took this objective, so I got to secure an area denial over here. And I was then, at that point, I knew that, okay, the commandos are sacrificial unit. I don't need them to do any of my secondaries. I pushed them up the 6 inches forward, shot the bomb squid to the crisis suits. And after that, in the charge phase, I charged the Hammerhead, the Devilfish, and the Crisis Switch, because he had only the 1 CP stratagem to, at the end of the fight phase, to do the normal move stuff. He did use that for the Crisis Suit to move up like here. But then I knew that the Devilfish and the Hammerhead are stuck in the combat with the commandos, which is going to make his first turn quite awkward. The Pathfinders were here, so my plan was that I take the Plaskists out, and then they are gonna shoot the Pathfinders and charge the Pathfinders, but he actually had the crude what is it? The Groot hounds? No, not the hounds. It's the big ones. The dinosaur riders were here. So I was like, well, this Flaskits unit is gonna die once I have charged them into the Pathfinders. That I'm just gonna use the Amarant, take the lethal hits, shoot the Dino Riders, and then charge the Pathfinders, which I think I like only did 1 wound to the Dino Riders, but they ate the 2 damage. I charged the Pathfinders, didn't kill all of them, or did I? I think no, yeah, I killed all of them, yeah, in the melee, yeah, and then the yellows moved forward, and truck actually, I think truck stayed here, yeah. I forgot in my first turn to TP the purple so over here, and it was already charge phase, and I'm like, oh fuck, that I cannot afford a mistake like this in a game that's so important like this. But I was like, okay, round 2, 16.8% chance to fail. Weird boy, you got this. I trust you. This mistake isn't on me. You're not gonna fail me next turn. So I had some faith on him. Ludas pushed here. I think the trucks just stayed there. And yeah, on his turn, he pushed the Suits to here because he had established Locust. He actually did the established Locust with the Suits in the middle, and also the extended battle line that he got in the middle. So he sacrificed one unit of Crisis Suits with a character to do 7 points of secondaries, but I got 10 points in secondaries on my first turn, so I think he had to do it so that he doesn't fall too much behind. He tried to push the Groot hounds from this building to here the movement block me, so he spread them out really wide. No, yeah, let me think. Yeah, all the Pathfinders didn't die because he fought back with the Pathfinders first to try to use them to move block me. I overwatched with the Flaskits that I had the 5 Flaskits here. They killed all the rest of the Pathfinders here with the Overwatch, and then he used the auto advance 6 for the Groot hounds, and he did the exact same wall here with the Groot hounds. Of course, nothing I can do at that point for that wall. And then he shot or charged with the Dino Riders. The Flaskits can't remember which one happened. Fall back with the flyers over there. Killed the commandos because the commandos were here. And the one Crisis Suit unit moved up to like here, and had the objective control of this objective. Oh, he tried to take the objective control, but the Storm Boys had more OC than they had because I think he fit only 1 or 2 models. I think it was 2 models, but it's OC2 per model, so it was OC4. I have OC5 with the Storm Boys over here, so I was able to score my home and this objective on my second turn, and then on my 2A, I was thinking, do I want to war here or not? I decided not because I had all of my units still on full strength, so I would have the 5-up invul without the war, and I was pretty confident that I don't need the war to kill the Crisis Suits here and the Crisis Suits there, and then the Groot hounds here. It's just I'm not gonna need the war, so I didn't do it. I got the established Locust and no prisoners, so I killed the Groot hound unit here. I killed the Crisis Switch here with the green unit and the white unit. They both were here, so I killed the Crisis Switch with them here. The Splue one actually moved up here and charged the Crisis Switch there. Killed the Crisis Switch over here. The Storm Boys that were here actually moved up here to touch his deployment zone. So they were able to do the 4-point established Locust on 2A, which is really rare that happens. But yeah, happened this time. The truck moved here to the objective. The Flaskits moved over there. So that if I need them later, I can just move them to the objective and be able to shoot this lane. Or they can, like if I take something out from the truck, they can go to the truck and shoot something else. over here, charged the Crude Hounds, killed the Crude Hounds, moved to the objective, and then the tank boosters disembarked from the truck to shoot the crisis suits here, and the tank boosters from this truck also disembarked to shoot the, I think it was Devilfish? No, I think it was crisis suits, something like that. I might forget what happened, but yeah, they stayed in the truck on the 2A, or they shot something here, one or the other. But nevertheless, I had blue unit here, I had white unit here, I had the green unit here, I had the yellow unit here, and the purple one tele-TP'd over there. So they were there in that building. So they pulled that through, and then I passed the turn, crossed my fingers. Again, detachment I have never played against. I don't have an idea what's the damage output. This detachment buffs a lot of AP, but I don't really care about AP because I'm just rolling the invul save. So let's see what happens. And nothing happened, more or less. He killed maybe 8 models from the yellow unit on his 2B. He killed some models from the green unit. He did kill the white unit. He didn't kill anything from the blue, and nothing from the purple. Then I did the resurrections for the yellow unit from the Bane Boy. I did the resurrections from the Bane Boy for the green unit, and I think I used the CP one for the green unit as well in the middle. So it was almost full strength after that again. I did the Y in the turn 3 and pretty much pushed and killed anything relevant that was left in his army. So all the crisis suits, all the tanks. He had 2 units of the Dino Riders. I killed the other one. So after my 3A, there wasn't much left. He had like Vespid stings left. He had stealth suits left. He had Ghost Keel left, like here, and the second Dino Rider unit over here. And then he had the normal crude guys at his home objective, and that was about it. Not everything else had died. On this matchup, especially against the crisis suits, the tank busters are insane because I'm voting on 2s. So it was like I rolled hot, he rolled bad saves, and the tank busters just killed. Like whenever they saw a crisis suit unit, they always killed like 2 or 3 models like instantly, and he had the 3-man units only. And couple unit had the characters, so it was all every time tank booster shot, it was unit of crisis suits. So they did a lot of work on this matchup. And yeah, I controlled the primary game. I burned. I played the normal Scorch Earth go first game plan. So on my 4th, I burn my natural expansion, and on my 5th, I burn the middle. I did them both, so max primaries, even as a player going first, so 50, but also maxed out in secondaries. So yeah, I think the 2B just crushed him because he didn't kill enough models. But yeah, that was the 4th game. 5th game, the final. Going into this match was actually. In the top 4 we had Unari, we had Aspect Host, and then we had Greentide and a Warhorde. And I was like, please, not 2 mirror games. Let's play the 2 Orcs against the 2 Eldari, and we have 2 Orcs taking the wins because they are not gonna lose to Eldari. But that didn't happen. I was points leading at the time, and my opponent was the second in battle points at that point. They had the random stuff for the pairings, but nevertheless, both of us matched, and so it was first against second and third against fourth at the time in the last round. But yeah, Fifth game, this was actually a bit worrying. I wasn't worried about Warhorde, like, oh, that's right. Like, I knew Warhorde might have enough attacks to chew through me, but when we went to the lunch, I told my teammate that there's no way in Earth I'm gonna lose an Orc mirror, because no one in Finland has played more Orc than me, than I have, especially on 10th edition. So, like, I'm not gonna lose this match. But yeah, there was the worrying part rose quite quickly in the game. So what happened is that my idea was that I'm gonna use, like, I'm gonna put everything to the table. I'm gonna use the 10-man unit, the Stormboy unit, and the commandos, everything to screen if needed. That wasn't the case. He didn't have, he didn't like deploy aggressively, like to here, that I would need to do the exact same here to block him with my trash units. So I was able to, I think that was a big mistake he didn't do, but I was able to deploy differently. So I put the Storm Boys here to be able to advance to this objective. If I get like something where I want to hold it, I put the white unit here so that they can move to this objective, or they can try to like move behind this building, charge something here if something comes from there. I had to put the green unit here so that they are quite hard to shoot on this lane, because they are all the way like at the edge of the map. And same thing from here. And he didn't really have shooting. He had the one unit of tank busters, one unit of flash gauge, and the battle wagon. So I wasn't too worried about the shooting lanes. So that's why these were here as well. Like, I don't care if you shoot me, like, they are just there. And I put the looters here. I put the circle here, but I put them in so that if he comes and touches the middle objective, the looters will always get the rerolls, even for the Overwatch. So all the way from deployment to the end of the game, the looters stayed exactly there, didn't move a single bit during the game. The tank buster flash kit truck here so that they can drive here, shoot this lane if needed, and this truck also can push here, shoot there, or it can drive here, shoot there, and the commandos there not touching the objective. I went to B, so he won the roll-off. He pushed the battle wagon to this objective. He had the Breaker boys move here. He had Storm boys like over there. He had mech touching this building, like there, doing sabotage. And yeah, because he drew no prisoners, sabotage, and then he cycled the no prisoners for containment. So yeah, the mech did the sabotage here. He did the containment here with the Breaker boys. Oh no, with the Storm boys. And then there was a truck full of Beastnagger boys that did the containment there. There was a truck here that had Gretchen inside. The Gretchen pushed up to the middle, and the truck stayed empty. And then there was a second truck here that had the flash kits and the tank busters. He passed the turn. Oh yeah, Gaskell stage here. He passed the turn. My plan was that he's doing sabotage here with a 4-wound mech. Okay, that's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna move the 12 with the Storm boys, throw a grenade to the mech and charge the mech and kill him, or shoot the mech and kill him, or like it's a 4-wound dude with 5-up save, nothing else. Like that's the sabotage is not gonna happen. And then move up with the green unit to stage here. Use the white unit to like cover the green unit that he cannot get the charge off from the 20-man unit that's inside of the battle wagon here. Push up with the yellows over here. Move the Storm boys to hold the objective here. I got the secure no man's land, no prisoners. So there was the Gretchen unit here. I was like, I'm gonna kill that. I'm gonna kill the mech, and then I'm gonna kill the truck that's here. and I'm gonna take 3 from no prisoners. Well, that didn't happen. The commandos pushed forward threw the bombs quick to the truck. This truck came here. The tank busters dropped out, I think, like here after the move. And they had the line of sight to the truck. They shot the truck. The truck died. And he had to like circle because he was touching the edge of the map. So it was a bit clunky to come out of the truck. So he had to make a conga line that made it possible for the commandos to get the charge in. So that's that. Like after the truck died, I'm like, okay, free beast knackers. Let's gonna take it with the commandos. I tried to shoot the Gretchens from the middle. Didn't work out. These guys just stayed staged there. I had a game plan where once I realized that that's a possibility, where I TP'd the purple unit here, which I did, and it was like the green unit. I put it like this. I will get 3 shots to the breaker boys, and then I will use the 1 CP strat to get +1 to the charge and reroll. The white unit is going to push here, and the storm boys are going to be here. And I will wrap around the battle wagon. So the game will be over at that point. In 1B, the game will be over, because if I wrap around the battle wagon, the 1 unit that he has the attacks to kill me is not going to be able to get out from the battle wagon. But the storm boys threw the grenade to the mech. He had 1 wound left after that. The pistols did nothing. The white units, the white units shooting did nothing, and the guys who were able to see him from this unit, I think there wasn't, or maybe there wasn't anyone, but not like he was alive with the 1 wound, and I was like, there's nothing I can do about it except charge with the storm boys, and I think it was 6 or 7 inch charge after the move, maybe it was 6. And it was also like the Gretchens were here, and they like no one had died from my shooting. And I'm like, oh shit! Like I don't want to give him the primary from the second turn. I think I after the game, I think I should have given him the primary and do the wraparound to the battle wagon, but At the time, I didn't want to give him that, so I ended up trying to charge the Storm Boys to the mech. They failed, and I'm like, okay, I have killed 1 truck, and I have no prisoners. The mech is live with 1 wound. Like I need to get more no prisoners. I used the white boys to then charge the Gretchen in the middle to get the kill. Get the Gretchen kill from the middle. That didn't happen. The Runherd stayed alive. But the commandos went in and killed actually the beast knackers, so that there was only the beast boss alive. So at least I was able to kill the 2 units for the no prisoners. But I'm like, it should have happened here. It should have happened there. And if it would have happened that the Storm Boys killed the mech, at that point I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have charged the middle. I would just have given him the primary and do the wraparound for the battle wagon, but that didn't happen. But the purple unit did get the charge into the battle wagon, so I did wrap around him from this side, and also the tail of the charge moved so that within the pile-in I will touch the Storm Boys and the Breaker Boys. And then the scary stuff happened. So, second turn on his side, he drew the cards, and he got the Call the Horde Overwhelming Force. And I'm like, oh, like, not now. And of course he calls the WAAAGH when he seals the Call the Horde. Like, obviously. And because I wasn't able to wrap around the battle wagon, he gets the guys out. Even though my Storm Boys are like here, and I have the guys here, but he had the big mech, so he comes out like this, And then he advances and he moves 10 or 11. And because of the Big Mac, he can go through the walls and my models and all that. So the unit like is over there after the advance. And then my green unit was here. I'm like, oh shit. And then the Gaskell moved here. But the saving grace was that because he also rolled quite high on the charge for this unit, they went out of the Gaskell, the Makari range for the lethal hits. But I was like, oh shit, this purple unit is gonna die for sure. Like, there's no way they are gonna survive from the Battle Wagon, Gaskell, unit of Storm Boys, and unit of Breaker Boys. That he's gonna get the 5 points. But the green unit should survive because I have a Pain Boy there. But that didn't happen. He popped out the crits on 5 and rolled really high. And I rolled really poor. Didn't really do that many feel no pains either. So the whole unit died for the charge of his unit. I did heroic with the blues to kill the most of the guys that he had here that killed the green unit. But I also swing my tail of the blue unit to here so that I would be able to get the primary from the middle. He had the Beast Boy unit here that came to kill my white unit on the war turn. And in the end, it didn't, like, I wasn't able to get enough bodies to get the primary from the middle. But I was able to kill quite a bit of the boys from his unit with the heroic. And he passed the turn to me, so I had this unit was like over there, Truck was there, Storm Boys there, Commandos was there, and I was like, okay, like I need to war now as well. I need to stay away from gas, that he's gonna be stuck here for the rest of the game. I fall back with the blue unit to the main, the middle objective. Of course, the last move that I did in that turn, but nevertheless, I used the truck to disembark Flaskits here, tank boosters here. I had a tank booster unit here from this truck to come like touch this terrain. And then, yeah, because the truck was like here. So the tank boosters came out, moved here, and the Flaskit unit came out and moved like here to support the commandos. The Flaskits charged in here, killed his unit of Flaskits, tagged his unit of trucks. There were the 2 trucks that were here, and helped out with the beast boss that was still alive here, killing everything from the commando unit. The yellow unit advanced to the middle to charge his beast nagas, and yeah, that unit was dead there. So yeah, so one unit fall back, and then I had this unit to play with all the shooting units. In the shooting, I killed almost everything from his 21 unit here. I charged in and killed the rest. Tank boosters charged in and killed the characters. Yeah, the Flaskits killed the rest of the boys, and the tank boosters charged so that they were hitting the characters. And after the unit died, they killed the characters. The yellow unit came and killed everything from the Beast Nigger Boys over here, except 1 Beast Boss and 2 Beast Nigger Boys, I think. But I had the primary control over here. On his punchback, he killed models so that I was able to pull myself out from the combat with the Beast Nigger Boys here. I can't remember which unit it was that struck the yellows that made it so that the remaining Beast Nagas weren't able to hit the yellow ones. On this side, my Flaskits killed his Flaskits, and at that point he had the Battle Wagon left, like here. He had the gas over there, Gretchen over there, and the tank booster unit over here, and everything else had been killed. So I was I was quite happy with that because I knew that okay, now I lost two of my boy blobs. He got 10 secondary from that, but now I have stabilized. I have killed many of his damage dealing units, and I also have tagged most of his secondary scoring pieces. So I was quite confident at this point that I will win the game. And of course, when his war faded out, I still had my going. So when he came to punch me back in the middle, he didn't do that much, and I was still able to kill him because I still had the war going on. He did bring his gas with the +2 to advance and charge to get into the middle. He get the breaker boys to the middle. He got the storm boys to the middle. So the one wound mech was still here, holding the objective like a hero, and the battle wagon was here. And then there was this trucks and tank busters here. But my next turn, I pretty much killed everything except, like, I didn't want to even do anything to our battle wagon, so I just ignored that. So I think I killed everything except the battle wagon and the truck here. I even charged my storm. The storm boys that went there had moved like here because this truck was holding this objective at that time. So they were like here, and then they were like here and charged his home. The flash kits that got freed from the combat here charged. There was one more or two models. There was two models because the Gretchens killed one of the flash kits, which was hilarious. But yeah, they moved to his home. So at the end, I was controlling every single objective in the game. My tank busters killed the mech from there. Yeah, he had only the battle wagon and one truck left when the game ended. So yeah, there was a worrying state in the game, but I still had plenty of boys to kill his damage dealing units and ignore the units that I don't need to deal with, and do my secondaries, hold my primaries, and get the win. And yeah, the opponent actually said that he was also happy with his run, even though he didn't get the ticket because it was the first time he got the 4-1. So yeah, good for him as well. But yeah, that was my run. If you want to use that in your video, be free. And yeah, hopefully that helps out. We don't need to schedule the meeting. If you have any questions, just send them to me and I can answer in the Discord. But yeah, thanks for watching.